Hey, so welcome back, and today we're going to be warping text around an object. This tutorial is so easy to follow and very aesthetic at the end result. So let's start. I started with creating an artboard which is 1080 by 1080 pixels, but honestly this doesn't really matter. It just depends on what you are designing for. So I'm designing for Instagram, and this is the standard size. So first of all, I'm going to be using my text tool and just writing out a few sentences that I will be using in this design. So since we're in a very tough time right now and we want to bring awareness to Black Lives Matter, this is what I decided the theme of this video will be. Now obviously you can apply this to whatever you're designing for, but this was just my thought process when creating this for my Instagram and creating this to show awareness. And yeah, so like I said, I'm just typing out a few sentences and then using the specific color that I want to use for this tutorial. I'm going for a black and yellow kind of vibe because the yellow is very impactful and so is the black. I think choose your colors wisely when creating things because each color represents something that you want to convey. Design 101 with Keen. I'm sure you guys know this, but yeah. So I'm actually thinking of upgrading my sound system because at the moment it's not very lavish at all. So yeah, once I'm done with that, I'm just gonna hit M on my keyboard and then make a rectangle and just scale it like fairly small, not too big, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm going to Effects, 3D, Bevel and Extrude, and first of all we are going to extrude the depth so that we can just see where a vague outline of where our text is going to go. Now it needs to be big enough to be legible, but also not too small that it looks funny. And then I'm just playing around with the rotation of it, seeing what will fit best for my design, but obviously you can play around with this and see what you like. And then I'm just going to increase the perspective so I kind of like it, and then I'll hit OK. So after this I was like, nah fam, I don't like this too much, so I went back to extrude and bevel and I just played around with the rotation again. So yeah, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go to my symbols panel and then just drag and drop my text and make them a new symbol. Right, once I'm done with that, I'll go to my Appearance tab, then go back to 3D and Extrude, and then just click on Map Art. So first of all, I'm going to add in my first symbol and just scale to fit. I'm going to turn on the invisible geometry just so that the yellow in the background fades away and you can actually see the type. I'm just going to rotate this and you just play around with whatever design you are going for. So yeah. So I'll just hit OK, and there we go. I'm just going to delete the text and then save this out as a PNG. So I'll just go to File, Export, Save for Screens, and then export the artboard. Right, so then we're going into Photoshop, create new, 1080 by 1080 pixels, and create. So for this, I'm going to add in an image so that we can play around with the design. It's very minimalistic, but yeah, I really like this whole simplicity kind of vibe. I think that's my whole brand, to be honest. Now obviously you can apply this to whatever you want. You can make it as extravagant. It's just like the principle behind all of this. If anyone has like some dank music to recommend, I would highly appreciate that. So if you want, comment down below. So I added in my image and I'm just gonna scale this up. Hit OK. And yeah. Now as you can see, the background is on, and if I switch the background layer off, you can see there's a white border around the image, and we don't want that. So I went to my quick selection tool, and everywhere where it's white, that's what I don't want. So everywhere where it's black, that's what I want. So now, depending on what kind of image you want, this could either be a lengthy process or something that goes really quick. This image that I chose is just a symbol for a Black Lives Matter protest sign, or you can find it anywhere. I got this one off Pinterest. And yeah, if you're using a more complex image, you might not even have to use this at all. If you design your own shapes or symbols. But this was just the easiest option for me for this tutorial. Now it doesn't have to be too precise. It just needs to have that vagueness of the outline of the shape. Okay, so once I'm done with that, I just say Command C and Command V, which is copy and paste, and I'm placing it where I want it to be. So I want this symbol to actually be behind my text. So I'm taking this layer and I'm just going to put it behind the square that we had just made. So yeah, I don't really want to plan my videos out too much. I don't think that I should follow a strict script or whatever. I just like going with the flow, talking what I want to talk about, and obviously explaining what I'm doing. Cool, so once I'm done with the layout, which is very simple, as I said before, I'm just going to select a solid background color. And then as you can see, the symbol or the image that we just used is kind of ugly. So I just go to multiply, and yeah, it should blend into the background. So cool, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed making it. It's super easy, it's super cute, and yeah, I will take on any recommendations from now on, if there is any. Otherwise, I'm just going to be doing what I'm doing, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!